With TNT preempting Nitro to air a movie in its 8 to 10 p.m. time slot, Raw was having their full 2 hours unopposed for a week 6 days to the Fully Loaded pay-per-view, with Mick Foley after a week out on a company promotional tour in Southeast Asia, returning to open the show talking about what happened between Triple H and Jericho in his 1-week absence and announce their match on Sunday to now be a last man standing match, before being interrupted by Undertaker bringing up his history with Foley, saying that he knows him better than most after their series of feuds in the past 4 years, demanding him to book a Taker vs. Angle match for tonight with Kane following to back him up, ending up with Foley booking a Taker and Kane vs. Hunter and Angle tag match, with both showing up on screen going back and forth on not wanting to team with each other to continue the build to their eventual feud, with Raw as shown in most cases in the past 7 months not getting a massive boost of WCW viewership despite going unopposed unless it was on a special occasion, opening with a 5.3 rating, which was still the highest rated opening segment in a month. Rock came out 15 minutes into the show bumping Raw's big star power opening segment over 700,000 viewers to a 5.8 rating, saying that he has a demand of his own, telling Foley to book the WWF title main event against Chris Benoit for tonight to bring him out, with Benoit saying that he had Rock beat every time he put the crossface on him in the past several weeks, setting up Foley not giving away the Fully Loaded main event but instead booking a 6-man tag match of the 2 title matches on Sunday with Rock and the Acolytes against Benoit, Edge and Christian, closing the over 22-minute segment in a brawl with the rest of the quarter after a commercial break at 9:26 p.m. seeing a Dudleys vs. Hardys tag match going 3 minutes. With the Fully Loaded pay-per-view advertising building the show around a promoted triple main event, Sunday will also be a major drawing test for the 3 new headliners on the card, with Chris Benoit, Chris Jericho and Kurt Angle all set for their first featured main event spot on the WWF pay-per-view, and with Rock the biggest star in the business, Undertaker's status cemented for years and Triple H elevating his position in the past 6 months with strong numbers in opposition to Rock and Foley. All eyes will be on Jericho, Angle and Benoit if pay-per-view buys for Fully Loaded not matching the high standards the company set so far this year, with their future as top main eventers will depend on the pay-per-view number on Sunday in addition to their individual quarter-hour ratings, which for the most part has been doing well in the build-up to the event. Raw's big segment of the night came at the top of the hour with the Rock vs. Benoit feud taken to the next level 6 days from their pay-per-view main event, first opening Raw's second hour with the Rock and Acolytes vs. Benoit, Edge and Christian 6-man tag match going 5 minutes, ending up with Rock going after Benoit ringside until Shane's interference to lead to Benoit laying out Rock again with a chair shot to the head while Edge pinned Farouk in the ring. And with the build-up of the Rock-Benoit feud focusing around Benoit's attacks on Rock from behind with Rock not escaping the crossface, the intensity was taken to the next level with Rock this time looking for Benoit backstage before finding him in the locker room to start a wild beat-down segment all over the building, ending with Rock giving Benoit a rock bottom on a limousine before him and Shane escape the Pepsi Arena, with the quarter for the 6-man tag followed by the post-match segment gaining over 800,000 viewers to a 6.5 rating. With Nitro set to air tomorrow in its usual 8 to 10 p.m. hours, TNT's replacement for the night saw the airing of the movie Nuremberg, starting at 8 p.m. for 2 hours before another replay of the movie right after from 10 to 12, and the original airing, which included 1 hour opposed draw, saw the movie drawing a 5.3 rating and over 6 million viewers, almost double the recent Nitro rating on a regular Monday, while the replay going against the second hour of Raw drew in the range of the usual Nitro audience with a 2.8 rating, as Raw after the top of the hour jump for the Rock Benoit segment maintained that boost for the rest of the broadcast, including a 6.6 quarter between 10:30 to 45 that saw Taz's promo with Mick Foley and Al Snow explaining his recent attacks in random matches to set up a Taz vs Snow match for the pay-per-view Sunday, along with the first half of a Rikishi vs Test match, with Raw's final quarter starting with the post-match angle of Test Albert and Val's brawl with Too Cool that saw Scotty doing the worm in the entrance ramp before being thrown off the stage, and the build to the Vinis vs Rikishi cage match. The entrances for the Angle and Hunter vs Taker and Kane main event took place already past 11 p.m., going 8 minutes in the overrun in a rare Raw main event without Rock, who made his final appearance 45 minutes ago, as the match went 5 minutes with Angle constantly bailing out of the ring to avoid Taker before Chris Jericho made a surprise run-in to attack Hunter and lead to Kane pinning him to go over, closing the show with a Jericho-Hunter brawl, with the tag match peaking the night with a 7 rating, as Raw overall, despite going unopposed for the entire 2 hours, drew a routine number with a 6.2 rating. With Scott Steiner's legit reputation as a loose cannon on and off screen known in the past few years, including 2 publicized suspensions from the company just in the past 5 months, Steiner, since turning heel at Bash at the Beach last Sunday, turned the volume on his character, playing off that reputation, with the show starting with a video package recapping his history before being shown outside the building smashing Booker's car, as Kat came out hyping a big show for tonight, announcing a full tournament of matches for the US title before Steiner came to the ring demanding a title shot against Booker, starting a brothers brawl with the Steiners against Harlem Heat, with Kat instead booking a big Steiner vs Goldberg match for the main event. With the constant management and creative switches continuing in the past month, with Russo taking a break to leave the main writing to Terry Taylor and Ed Ferrara for 3 weeks before returning last Sunday to head the committee, which includes Ferrara and Disco. A noticeable change in the past week of WCW television could be seen in match layouts, specifically the false finishes at the end of matches to add more structure and drama to the TV work in the ring, with Johnny Ace the main one behind the recent change, which got positive reviews so far, continuing on the night with most matches having clear finishes and the US title tournament stripped of Steiner, with the next one seeing Lance Storm going over Buff Bagwell with an angle throughout the hour of Canyon attacking Judy in the parking lot while Buff was in the ring. Nitro, after breaking the viewing habit with the show airing a day later, expectedly opened lower than usual despite telling viewers on the Tuesday show in the past week, but with viewers tuning in as the show went on, with the rating increasing in every quarter for the entire 2 hours, having its first significant boost of the night 45 minutes in to close the first hour with 2 tournament matches of Vampiro vs Muta and Douglas vs Kidman, along with Steiner sitting near the door waiting for Goldberg to arrive to the building, picking up over 600,000 viewers to a 2.3 rating. Nitro crossed over the top of the hour with the end of the Douglas-Kidman match, followed by Goldberg arriving to the building minutes after 9 p.m. to build anticipation for the upcoming confrontation with Steiner, followed by Tank Abbott introducing 3 count in a ladder match against Young Dragons going 3 minutes, with Goldberg eventually entering the building to start the hyped Steiner-Goldberg backstage brawl at the end of the quarter, doing a 2.4 rating in the build to the main event. The fallout of the Bash at the Beach worked shoot angle continued during the week, with all involved still selling it as a shoot publicly to anyone in the company, including taking Hogan's name out of advertising for the upcoming Australia tour in October, which before the Angle promoted him to appear, with Hogan continuing to shoot on Russo in radio interviews while Russo still didn't contact Hogan back after instructions from Brad Siegel to move ahead without him for now due to massive guarantees percentages of every TV gate and pay-per-view appearance in his contract. As with Hogan, Sting, Luger and Russo all off television for now, Ric Flair, who was part of perhaps WCW's hottest program of the year against Russo, including being written off TV in a major heat angle with Russo shaving his head to build to his comeback, underwent rotator cuff surgery last Friday, with his return set for the next 2 to 3 months after again proving to be one of the company's top TV draws throughout the year. With Steiner, Goldberg and Nash working a 3-way match as the headliner of the next pay-per-view, Booker's first pay-per-view title defense was booked against Jeff Jarrett, building it up with Jarrett attacking Stevie Ray while in his new role on commentary to set up a match between them, with Booker running in for the save, followed by the final of the U.S. title tournament with Mike Awesome vs. Lance Storm going 5 minutes to open Nitro's final quarter, ending with Storm going over to win the belt in his serious Canadian wrestler character heading into several shows in Canada set for next month. After over 90 minutes of hype, Goldberg and Steiner came out 3 minutes from the top of the hour, with the match which did strong numbers on TV before and was targeted as a main event program since early '99, included potential plans for it to headline Starrcade later in the year, going 5 minutes to cross into the 4-minute overrun, and despite having the disadvantage of being on Tuesday and not being advertised in advance, the Goldberg vs. Steiner match showed a massive interest boost to peak significantly above the show's average rating, jumping over 1.3 million viewers to a peak 3.7 rating, the most watched segment on the night by an over 30% margin, and the highest rated match on the Nitro broadcast in 3 months, ending up with Steiner having Goldberg in the recliner with Booker interfering before Nash made his return to take out both Steiner and Goldberg to close the show.